now, right 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 now. Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive... Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. Well, what's happening? It's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government... We're going to be talking about the drop that just occurred on Bitcoin. As you will know by now, Bitcoin has dropped below the level of support at $29,000. We're currently trading at $28,800. And so many of you guys are probably wondering, well, Jeb, where is Bitcoin going to go next? And you're probably also wondering, well, Jeb, didn't you just yesterday finally turn bullish between 55% moving to the upside and 45% moving to the downside? I did. And I'm going to show you exactly what we set up yesterday and how it's still, even though that prediction was not obviously what happened, still would have made you money. We're going to look at those trade setups and we're going to take the principles and we're going to learn and we're going to see how we can grow through all of this. I do apologize for being late today, guys. Some things came up that absolutely had to take place right when they were taking place. Coffee and Crypto before you guys and share with... Chris Mo is in chat, and Chris Mo said, yo. So what's up, Chris Mo? Joe Bollier, you still got to tell me if it's Bollier or Bollier, is in chat. Said, hello, Jeb. Hello to you as well. Fino's in chat. Dan Nolan said, it's a beautiful day to be alive right now, right now. And then we've also got Drizzy Drake, who's referring to something that I probably will not reference on my stream, but I do appreciate you for being here. And I do apologize for my phone going off there. Let me go ahead and mute that. Talk to Guns is in chat, said, sup, bro. Dave Country Boy is in chat, said, good morning, Jeb. Many of you guys probably can't hear it in my voice. You probably don't know, but I did grow up. It just kind of isn't there anymore. But I did come from that background, and so I really enjoy that side of things. Is so funny. There's a song that says, I was listening to country music before it was cool. And I'm like, yeah, that was me. I was listening to country music in 2005. How many of you guys can say that? All right. Lee Cable's in chat. Bitcoin didn't fall hard. It fell like $300. No need to overreact with a thumbnail. That's actually a great point, because that's one of the things I want to start the stream out with. Whenever the market drops, I just want to... Let's just go ahead and start into our little teaching, our little sermon here, our analysis of the crypto market by outlining a principle. We have certain principles. They're also known as core values that we follow here at the company. And one of them, and in our life, I believe that if I'm going to found a business and that I'm going to own a business, that the core values that I teach at the company are core values that I want to embody and live by every single day. And one of them I came up with called the spirit of challenge. I may not have come up with it. I think I did. But to be honest with you, most of our core values, I'm like, hey, that's a good one. I'm going to use that. But I think I may have actually come up with this one. But it's a concept that many of you guys will know, and it's a very important one. It is this. We do not see difficulties as reasons to become afraid and discouraged. The Bible says in Joshua chapter 1, verse 9, have I not commanded thee, be not afraid or be thou discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Do not be afraid or discouraged. Don't do it. There's no reason. We don't need to walk around our life every single day being afraid and discouraged. There's two things we can do to not be afraid or discouraged. First of all, we can choose to have faith instead, and we will not allow fear or discouragement to come in, because another core value we live by here is we have no spirit of fear. For the Lord has not given you a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and temperance. 2 Timothy 1:7, I think that is. We have not been given a spirit of fear. We do not make decisions based on fear. We do not make decisions based on discouragement. We do not allow the lie of fear and discouragement to direct us. And for that reason, when a challenge presents itself, it is a glorious opportunity for us to, one, learn from that challenge, and two, to overcome that challenge, that whatever we did to cause the challenge, because oftentimes we have a challenge that we ended up causing part of it, to learn from that challenge. We're going to talk today about how we're going to look how we were successful in setting up a trade that actually made you profit. If you took that trade, again, I encourage you to follow the principles and set up the trade yourself, but if you just took that trade, it will help you dramatically. We do not make decisions based on fear. We do not make decisions based on discouragement. We see a challenge and we plow straight through it, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Really appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. JP said, how's the family, Jeb? Doing well. Mario De Leon is in chat, said, morning, crypto fam. Mario and I had a wonderful conversation in office hours. Gio Coteros, the 80s and 90s country, so nostalgic. Yes, I grew up on a lot of music from the 60s and 70s and some from the 80s and 90s, but a lot of that. Best crypto channel and best host I've found on YouTube ever. Wow, that's some high praise. There's a lot of areas that I need to improve, but I will definitely say thank you for that. I took some profits. If he is with me, who can be against me? That's right. All right, one thing I will mention before we jump into it is Hex. If you have not heard, Richard Hart has been brought before the court by the SEC. So if you're not familiar, Richard Hart created Hex, and it's a cryptocurrency that he alleged was going to be the most highest returning cryptocurrency investment in the history of mankind, is pretty much what he said. I'm paraphrasing, but that was the sentiment. You can go read it for yourself. And I don't know about you, that sounds like a Ponzi scheme to me. When you claim that anything is going to bring the highest return of anything ever created in the history of mankind, that does not sound like something that I am going to have a lot of trust in. So Hex ended up going through a huge rally. They were vocal. I tell you what, they were just, wow, there was a lot of support for it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not so sure that people are going to want to hear what I have to say about this project because I'm not very interested in it. I've met Richard Hart. I've been on a show with Richard. Predicted to be is going to be very difficult to achieve. It was valued at $84 billion. Today, it is valued at, after the SEC case was launched yesterday, it is valued at $1 billion. It's down by about 98%. And I am very glad that I never supported the project. Okay, not here to attack Richard Hart. I've told you on this chalkboard video. The chalkboard's right over there. You don't know the judge. I am not a jury. Never sat on a jury. Kind of hope to never have to do that. I'm not God. I am not here to judge. As far as sometimes there are judgments that need to be made, but I am not here to condemn. I'll make a judgment and say it was unwise to say that, and I'll make a judgment and say it's not a very good project, not one that I would invest in. But what I will say is I'm not here to condemn. If he's innocent, this is not a project that I would want to invest in. I'm kind of glad I didn't. And I mean, if you want to argue with me, then just look at the chart. You know, I'm just saying it's not a project I'm too interested in. So if you're not aware, and saying that he spent money on a couple of different vehicles, such as a McLaren, a Ferrari, and 5 watches is what's specifically alleged, and also the world's largest black diamond. So the allegation is that he raised money through these business activities and then used them to purchase luxury goods and assets. So if you've been wondering why Bitcoin market cap right now, Bitcoin is down to $28,800. Over the last 24 hours, we have had a drop. And as you can see, I want to go back and look at what we've done on the channel here, and we're going to see, hey, maybe we made some errors here. Maybe we made a lot of things right in this area. Maybe we made a lot of errors right in some areas. You know, there's going to be seasons in your life where you're going to go and you're just going to make mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. No expert's ever going to stop doing that. There are times you're going to make mistakes. There's also going to be times that you're going to get things right multiple times, and you want to celebrate those. Some of the things that we've gotten wrong yesterday, if you've been watching the Coffee and Crypto live stream, then you'll be familiar with the 3 Ps. They go as follows: perceive, predict, and plan. Most people are caught up on the on the perception or the planning phase. They're so caught up on saying, well, this is where Bitcoin is. This is what Bitcoin's doing. This is what Bitcoin is doing right now. It's going to go here. It's going to go there. It's going to go here. And I'm not saying price predictions are wrong, especially in the realm of investment. They're important because you need to figure out where to place your exit on that investment and when to take profits. You know, be prepared. We plan so that we can predictively produce profits through our productive enterprises. Investing that I try and preach is that you always want to have a plan and a backup plan. You always want to have a plan and a hedge for that. One thing happens, great, you have a plan for if that occurs. Another thing happens, great, you have a plan for that if that occurs. An example, 2008 financial crisis. If it's 2006, now I was 6 years old, I was in a position to do this, but if you're over the age of 35 or so, and you're in a financial position to do something in 2008, or you were sitting on $50 million in 2006, very, very, very slow, you make a plan. But the wise investor does not just make one plan. They don't just make a plan for if our prediction comes true, then that occurs. The wise investor, if the housing market just continues to at the same time, you have a plan for if right now we're in his account. It's going to make money ever. It's just sitting there making hundreds of bucks every month. Why not? It's not a bad idea if you're a real estate investor to have the hedge. Say, I'm going to say you've got your backup plan. And the backup plan that we had for yesterday was, what if Bitcoin doesn't go to the upside? What if our theory about Bitcoin bounced farther than where it began? Capitalize on that movement down if it occurs. And you can see we set that trade up here with a 5.17x risk to reward ratio. Our entry price was placed at 28,872. This was the floor. We set the floor right over here. You set your exit right above the floor. And if you had have gone through with this trade in a short trade, you would have had an alert that maybe we were dropping below 29,123. Alert goes off. You're watching the market like a hawk. It takes 45 seconds to get your exchange up, so long as you're not in the middle of something. You take the point is, if you have 100 grand, you just made 630 bucks because you took that trade, and that was your backup plan, right? If you're trading with $10,000, you just made 63 bucks. Boom, like that. And you want to know how fast you made that? You made that in the span of trading trend, you can capitalize on those movements. So while our prediction was wrong, and it is, and I'm going to analyze for you live, as I always do, why I believe that prediction was wrong. If you only get a 45% chance we're going to break down. If we had a bullish setup, we would have missed out on this trade. We would have missed out on 630 bucks on 100 grand, 63 bucks on 10 grand, or $6.30 on 1 grand. Money's money, right? You made 63 cents if you had $100. That's nothing to scoff at. 63% people are saying there's some issues with the stream. Let me just kind of pause and see what might be happening there. Okay, everything is set up exactly as it normally is. There could be some issues going on in the building with stream. All right, interesting. Well, I'm glad I checked. Goodness. Okay. So tell me now if there's anything going on with the stream. I apologize, guys. Now seems open through.